Hi there, welcome back to the channel, and in this video we are going to talk about context API in React. We are going to see why do we need context API at the first place, and we are also going to see how do we implement context API in functional component using useContext hook. So without any delay, let's begin. And as you can see, I have already written some boilerplate code out here so that I can get quickly started with it. And here, let's see this code and try to understand what is the exact issue we are running here. So here I have declared a component called app, and here we have an array of products. All right. And what I want to do is I want to pass this product data from this app component to this product component. I want to receive it here, but here what we have is all the component in these applications are deeply nested, right? And we all know that how do we pass data in a React? We pass data from parent component to the child component. That is also known as unidirectional data flow in the React, right? And so if I want to pass this product data from this app component, then I need to pass it to the child component, which is the product layout component. And let's see what is the product layout is having. The product layout component is having the layout of the product, and it is having one more child component that is called product. It is calling this product component, and if we go to the product component, we finally get this product component. This is where we want to pass the data, and we pass this data in React by a parent component to child component using props. So you might be saying, hey, that's pretty much simple. We just pass this product props here in the product layout component, and this product and this props is going to be received by this product layout component, and we are going to receive this prop further down, and we are going to pass it to this product component, right? So let's do that quickly, and then I'm going to show you what is the exact problem that we are going to face it. So we are actually setting the scene here. We are going to understand what is the problem that we will be facing here, and why do we need context API, and that's how I'm going to explain you the need of context API in React. So let's get started. So let me pass the props. Okay, so let me write it as products, and I'm going to pass the data as products itself. As you can see, it's an array of products, and I have passed the props here. So this is the product layout. It is receiving here. Let me copy this as well, and now this product layout is receiving here. Now let me get that using products, and let me further pass this products here, and I'm passing into this product component. Now you can see from this app component, I'm passing this prop to the product layout component, and this product layout component is receiving the prop, and it is further passing down to the product component as a props, and I am further receiving it here as products. Okay, and finally, okay, let me make this p small, and finally let me uncomment this. And what we are doing is here we are mapping our products, and we are saying product.map, and we are calling the cart component, where we are giving unique key, and we are passing the individual product. That means this each of the product we are passing to an individual card, and this card component is nothing, just a fancy card where we are taking the name of the product, URL of the product, descriptions and price and all. And I've written some basic CSS, but I'm not going through the CSS because here the entire goal is you to explain the context API in React and why do we use it. So I'm just ignoring the CSS part, and I'm just explaining you the code concept. So once we pass this props, let me save this code, and let us go to the browser and see the end result. So as you can see, here is the end result that we are getting. We are getting the list of product, and the products are listed out here successfully, but this is going to create an issue in the long run. So you might be saying now, hey Rajesh, this is working completely fine. What issue this will be creating in a long run? So let's just consider that this your project get nested deeper and deeper. Your component in this project get nested deeper and deeper. So what is going to happen is when you nested your component too much, at that time your code becomes too much verbose, and it becomes too much complicated to maintain. So we don't want to pass this extra data here. Like let's just say here this is the product data that is being initialized in our app component, right? And as you can see, we are passing this data in the product layout component as a props. And if we go to the product layout component, we are not even using this product data. We are just randomly simply passing this prop further down to the product component, and this product component is using here. So this simply means that we are simply chaining our data. We are simply drilling the data out here. This product layout component, this is the middle component, and this middle component does not even require this data, but we are simply drilling down, because like you can consider here we have a component A, B, C and D, and I want to pass data from component A to D, but since all are nested together, what I'm doing is I'm passing component data from component A to B to C to D. But you can notice that what mistake we are doing is we are simply passing that data to component B and component C. Here in this case, that is the product layout, but the component B and the component C doesn't need any data. The actual data is required by the component D, and we want to pass that data from component A to component D directly. We don't want to pass the in-between components which is not going to require that data. So in our example, we want to pass this products data from this app component to direct to this product component. We don't want to pass this data in this product layout component in between them, because this product layout component is not even using this data. It is simply passing out. So this is known as prop drilling in case of React. So here we are simply drilling down the data from top to bottom, like, and in the middle the component is not even using. So in this phenomenon is called prop drilling, and this is a very bad practices. Trust me, when you're creating a large scale web application, you don't want to do this. It is not going to be maintainable and your code is not going to look very clean. And for that, in order to make your code more clean and more maintainable, what we can do is we can use context API, which is given by the React. So now you might have understood what is the problem that we are facing. Although here our app is working completely fine, but the code part is not that good. We can optimize that code. We want to pass this data from app component to the product component directly, and don't want to give access to the product layout component because this is not even using it. And we are trying to do that using context API because it helps us to do so. So that's the actual use of context API, guys. If we want to pass from one component to another component directly without doing any kind of prop drilling or without passing any data in between the component, we use context API. So how do we use context API? It's very simple. We just first need to initialize the context API, and after initializing, what we need to do is we need to wrap to the parent child component through which we want to pass that data. And once we wrap that context API, we need to consume those data in that particular component where we actually want to use it. So let me show you all the steps by doing practically here. As I told you, the first step is to create the context. So let us create the context. Now we always create context on top of the app component. We do not create context inside the component. Okay, we create context always outside of the component. That's the rule. So let us create the context here. So we are simply going to say product context, because this is the context that we want to create in terms of product. And in order to create the context, we need to call a function called create context that is given by the React. Okay, so I'm just writing this function create context, and notice this is giving me some error here because we haven't imported this create context. So we need to import this create context from React here. So always don't forget to import. Import is very important. So here let me write create context, and instead of module, let me write it React here. And as soon as we do that, this error is going to go. So this is the creation phase. Now we also need to export this context that we have created, because again this is something that we are going to consume here in this product component. So we do need to export this product context here. Now once we create it, what we need to do is we need to pass that data to a particular child component, and we want to pass here the data. So let me wrap here. So let me write this product context. So this is how we are going to write. This is just like declaring a component or calling a component that we usually do in React. and we need to wrap to that particular component through which we want to pass that data further, right? So we want to pass this product data further down from this product layout component, and we want to give this data from the product layout to the product component, right? So here product layout is something that we need to wrap here, so that's why I'm wrapping this product layout component here. And let me remove these props. Now we no longer need to declare this prop, so I'm going to remove all these props from every piece of React component. So okay, let me remove from here as well. Okay, and this is the last one that I'm going to remove from here. Now it is going to give me some errors. Just wait a minute and we are going to fix it. So I told you that we need to wrap it, and after wrapping, what we need to do is we also need to write some more extra line of code. That is, we need to say dot provider. Okay, so what are the data that we are providing to this context, product context? In order to provide that data, we also need to write dot provider, and once we write dot provider, now we need to write an attribute called value, and in this attribute we are going to pass that particular data that which we want to pass from our app component to the product component, and we want to pass this product data, right? So in this value attribute, what we are going to write is we are going to write product here. So let me explain to you again. So first we have created a product context, okay, and once we have created the product context, we have wrapped it inside the outside the product layout, and we have passed this product data as a value of this product context. So we are done with this phase, and now the next phase is consuming phase. Now once this data is being passed to this product layout further, now it simply becomes accessible to all the component whichever it will be requiring it. So by doing this, what we have done is we have centralized this product data. So by centralized, I mean now any component, any child component nested down can directly access it. So this concept is also known as centralization. So here now I don't need to pass this product data as a props further to product layout. See, I'm not receiving here, and since I don't need this product component and the product data in this product layout component, so I'm not going to pass it as a prop here, or I'm not going to call it here. I'm just going to keep it empty and clean product layout component. I just need that data in this product component. So what I can do is now I can directly access this product data in this product component itself directly from the app component. That is all because of this context API that is given us by the React, because it helps us to centralize this entire data. So once we have passed this in the form of value, now we need to receive it. And how to receive it? It's pretty simple. We just need to import this product context first here. So let me import here. So first let me copy this product context so that I don't make any typo out here, and I'm just going to write import statement simply, and let me write this import statement, and I'm going to say product context, and from where I'm going to call, well, this product context is available in the app component. So let me do this, and here I'm getting my app.js. So from here I'm going to call this product context. Now after that I need to use this data from this product context. So how do I get that data? So for that we have a pretty famous hook called useContext hook in the functional component. We use this useContext hook in order to grab that data that we have passed here, okay, in the product context. So in order to grab this value product data, we use this useContext hook. So let us use this hook quickly. So we are getting products, so I'm simply naming this variable as products. You can name it whatever you like, and I'm going to call this use context. As you can see, let me hit enter, and it got auto imported here. So if your VS Code is not auto importing, then make sure you auto import as well. And now let me call this use context here, and let me provide the name of the context that I want. So I want the product context, so let me pass this product context here, and now let me try to log the product and see whether it is giving me that entire products as well. So let me log it here, and let us go to the app component as well and make sure everything is working. Yeah, So now let us go to the VS Code, and as you can see, our code is working pretty fine here. And let us open our console here. And as you can see here, we have got a data array, okay, and here we have got our t-shirt, okay, we have got our running shoe as well. So this is how we pass data using context API from one component, that is from top level component, to the nested child component. So this is how context API helps us. So if there wasn't context API, then we need to go through prop drilling, right? I already told you. So first we need to pass this product data here into the product layout component, and this product layout component is going to receive it here, and it is going to further pass down to this product component. But the actual problem was this product layout component was not even requiring that product data. It was simply passing that data further to the product component, just because this product layout was in between this app component and in this product component, which is kind of bad way of writing the code. We want to make our code more cleanable, more clean, and more maintainable, right? So that's why React introduced this concept called context API, through which what we can do is we can avoid all those data that we have been passing in the component between the components, and we can directly give the data from that top level parent component to that nested child component, which is actually requiring it here. So here in our case, we have this app component, which is a top level component, which is having this product data, and this product component is requiring it, and that's why we are passing that data from app component to the product component directly, and we are not passing that data to any product layout component because it simply doesn't require it. So that's the advantage of context API. I hope now you understood that why context API is so much useful in React, and you are going to use this in your next project. Till then, subscribe to my channel, and I'll see you all in the next video.